situated here. Hey everybody, good morning. It's like, well, at least for me, it's 7:50 a.m. I've been up probably since 4 in the morning. Didn't get much sleep last night. I want to explain to you why this angers me so much just at the beginning of this, because I want everybody to understand that I'm just not, I'm talking out of my ass, basically. I'm sure many of you know my mother was sexually assaulted when she was young. I've never really gone into depth about the story. My mother's not from the United States. My mother is from the Azores. It's a group of islands in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, Portuguese islands. She came to this country when she was very young, in the 60s, and she was, part of the whole hippie movement and all of that sort of thing. And they used to hitchhike and things like that back then. She hitchhiked. 2 men picked her up. She hung out with these men. Some substances happened, as this type of stuff that went on back then. They both proceeded to grape her and threw her in a dumpster and left her dead. My grandmother thought she was missing, went to the police department, all of that. They ended up finding her. And from that moment on, was like a life journey of trying to get through that trauma. She never went to therapy or anything like that, because back in those days, that really wasn't a thing, to treat stuff like that, how they treat it now. So, she ended up being an alcoholic and all of that. So I grew up with her and I watched that kind of play out. So I know what something like that does to a person, how it just completely breaks their spirit. So that being said, my heart goes out to everyone that has been a victim of that or knows somebody and has to go through that with them. You're not alone, and there's a lot of people, including me, that support you and are sending you love. That being said, I was watching this last night after the documentary. Let me just say I'm not surprised, because this is what Chantal does. Why a predator always sticks up for other predators, and that's how I see Chantal. She's a predator. Not only that, I'm going to leave the names in the chat, like, how she does the romper room, because I want everyone to see the pieces of shit in this chat and the things that they're saying. So you know how vile all these individuals are. So let's get into it. This thing's like 3 hours long. I'm probably not going to do the whole thing. I don't know. Because I didn't even watch the whole thing with her. Last night I had to turn it off. I was so pissed off. And one more thing. I've made it a mission in my life, because of certain things that I've gone through, to not hate people, because that can destroy you as a person when you have hate for people like that. Chantal is the first person in years in my life, after watching her and the words that she said yesterday, where I'm actually feeling hate for somebody, which is not good. I don't like it. I don't like to feel that. But anyways, let's get into this.
Can you take me higher to a place where bees and rains? BG Cersei. BG Cersei.
Look, and they're joking already.
Hello.
Look at that.
Wait, I gotta bring my chat up.
And by the way, and another thing before this gets into it, to all the victims, and I'm going to say victims, in the Parody's house that have been victimized by Stefan, I believe you 100%.
That's such a good one, Scrape, honestly. I got 2 tickets to paradise. Won't you pack your bags? We'll leave tonight. Hi, guys.
She's proud of herself.
No, olanzapine. I'm good. Hey, very sick puppy. Hey, Scrape. K-May. Who's in here else? Green eggs. Mena. Pooh. Refresh Pooh. Hey, Okie Pokey. Onomatopoeia. Pretty Vacant. Gab. I watched all 3 episodes. Sage, Alien. Dill, did you see that they called her a feederism expert? Fuck, what a title. You watched 5-year-old vids of me, King Cobra's Ghost? Was it different last back then, I was. Yeah, he was talking shit on people who were accusing him of bad stuff, though, that's why. Some of them, okay, I made some notes. Okay, I'm in Canada, you can watch it on HBO Max or Investigation Discovery. In Canada, you can watch it on through Amazon Prime, subscribe to City TV. Mayo expert. Hi, Dokras.
And by the way, I think she's under the influence of something, whether that be some type of narcotic or the herb or whatever. She's definitely on something.
Onomatopoeia, I'm cutting jokes. Anyone I talk about, anything like that, I don't wish them any harm in life, okay?
Please.
Even my enemies, honestly, I don't.
Fuck you.
So, if you don't like different types of humor...
Oh, one more thing. I included the warning at the beginning of the video. I'm probably going to get angry. I'm probably going to say some foul things. I apologize ahead of time. I'm going to try not to do it. I'm going to try to bite my tongue because I don't like to be like that. But I'm just giving a warning.
Humor, you might be offended, but this stream is not going to be for snowflakes. Hey, Melly, even FFG. Yes, I don't wish her any harm because that's what God would want me to do.
Please.
And this one of the sole purposes, actually the major purpose I realize of my life is that I'm here to serve God, right?
Fuck you.
Even though I'm burnt right now.
You're okay. See, she's burnt. How are you here to serve God, Chantal? What aspect in your life is serving God? What are you doing? Not a damn thing. So, don't bring God into this like that's going to protect you. It's not, because the God I believe in is vengeful and he's going to get you one way or another.
I have issues. Spoiler alert warning. Oh, yeah. Hey, Melinda, you won't know what I'm talking about anyway. Even if you, if you haven't watched it, you're not really going to know what I'm talking. BG Sarcy! She came back to remind me to throw it. You just finished it? Hey, Mena. Hey, Cheesy Yum Yum.
Somebody wants to send her money already? Who is
the weirdest
that?
chubby chasers are always from... I can see what you mean. Yeah, I don't wish harm, but if something bad happens, I'll be like, oh no. Yeah. Scream. Hey, Positive J. Exactly. Actually, God in Islam doesn't require you to be like, oh, if your enemy dies or something, You don't have to be, you don't have to have you don't have to be nice to people who harm you, but it's just about...
You do, actually.
I feel like wishing harm on others just makes me feel very dark inside. Like when I said I wish everyone would just burn in hell. That, Okay. Hey, Sneakerhead. Okay, one thing I noticed about... Okay, spoiler alert. So one thing I noticed... okay, if you want to stick around and you don't know what paradise is... Basically, paradise, P-E-A-R, as in pear-shaped, is a big, mansion in Las Vegas that's owned by a man named Stefan. He's a German who moved to the U.S. as a kid or something.
No, he didn't move here as a kid, and I did some digging on him. He I don't know what happened in Germany, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time before it comes out. There's a reason why he left Germany and came to the United States. And if you look him up, it's very weird because he's lived in multiple states, but there's no work record or nothing, just completely nothing. And then all of a sudden he pops up in Vegas and he becomes owner in this company that does remote controls or something like that. Becomes partners with some other guy, I believe another German, allegedly. But I don't even think Stefan is his name. I think it's an alias. I think he has another name. I'm not going to say what it is. And that's where his money comes from. I believe that once people do some digging, especially in Germany, this guy, how he's trying to portray himself, is not who he says he is.
When he moved, but he came here from Germany. He's rich, and he has this place called Paradise, which is a haven for, like, he likes women who are, like, very fat, okay? Like 500 pounds plus.
Young women.
Actually, he likes women to be super fat and tall, but not to the point of being immobile, which after 500 pounds plus is actually really hard to do. So, unless you're pretty young, which, yes, because young and still active go hand in hand, if you think about it. Do I find him a bit creepy I don't understand liking someone in their 20s. Like, I personally find that even Salah is a bit young. Hi, Okie Pokey. But it's not illegal to be with someone who's 22.
Bullshit. You like them young because you like to take advantage of them as well. You're a predator. You called a 14-year-old hot on Omegle. And not only that, you paid a young man, I believe who was like 20 years old, to bang you. So yes, you like them young too. You're a predator just like Stefan.
So, you know, but I find that, so basically he has this home, these big women come there, they feel good about themselves, you know. Now, I find there's like blurred boundaries. Like, I find probably the biggest issue with all of these things going on that he's being accused of is not firm boundaries. Like, okay, I made notes because I don't want to forget what I'm going to say. One girl, I think it was Savvy, she came out and she was just like, I'm a survivor of paradise. First of all, the survivor thing, I can't. Okay.
Are you kidding me? Really, Chantal?
Hey, Foodie
First
fan.
of all, why are you saying that, Chantal? You don't know what it's like to live there. So how would you know, like, you know what it feels like to be a survivor of that shit? You never went through any of that. So how dare you question that? How dare you?
By the way, he's like he's I don't know. I don't see how mature-wise an almost 50-year-old will want anything to do with a 20-year-old, but
you Chantal. Wasn't Salah allegedly in his 20s when she got with him? So what the fuck are you talking about, Chantal?
The only thing she really accused him of was touching her belly. And he was touching her belly. And what they said in the documentary, I'm going by what's said in the documentary, Cupcake, okay? I don't just blindly follow people. I watch and then I make my own opinion. So...
Okay, but Chantal, do you realize, because clearly you've never, been in this type of production work or anything like that. Do you know a lot of stuff gets edited out of a documentary because they want to frame it in a specific way? Now, if you would go and listen to some of the panels that she was on where she said a little bit more, then you would maybe have a better formed opinion. But because you're basing your opinion just off this alone, shows how incompetent you are.
I noticed this in the documentary. They said after she told him to say stop, he did. So he made you feel uncomfortable, but how is he supposed to know that unless you communicate that to him? So there again is like a blurred boundary problem.
No, that's not a blurred boundary. That's not how that works, Chantal. People should not go around touching other people, point blank, period. Nobody has the right, especially a man, to touch a woman. I don't care if it's on her head, on her belly, whatever the case might be. He has no right to touch her. So there is no like blurred boundary bullshit, whatever going on at all.
Problem. You know what I mean? I mean, these people were flirting.
And besides that, aren't you the one that, you know, is down with the Sharia law and you like that? You feel protected, you know, when you're all covered up and all that kind of stuff like that. So you should understand that there is no, you know, boundary, period. A man should not be touching a woman at all.
Showing sexual pictures of each other behind even going to paradise.
What does that mean?
So they would send Stefan sex videos, nude pictures, flirting together. So right then and there, that's going to create blurred boundaries.
No, that doesn't create... No, just because you send somebody a naked picture or whatever, corn, homemade, whatever, I don't care. That's not permission to violate somebody, Chantal, at all.
Or blurred lines, like confusion, you know?
Please.
So that one person right there, I don't think he's guilty of anything with that savvy woman, honestly. Maybe she feels that way. I don't want to discount people's feelings, but when you look at what he did, touching her belly, yeah, you're going to a place. She's like, well, if somebody touched my belly at work, that would be fucking sexual assault.
It would be.
But paradise is not a professional workplace.
Okay, Chantal, but how do you know? Because the documentary only shows certain things. It doesn't really show it like in real time, like how he gets these women there and like how all the cases kind of played out. So how do you know exactly how he's enticing these women to get there? You don't know.
Idiot. It's a place where big women know that there's hot tub time. There's going to be sexual stuff going on. And actually, this savvy girl who's accusing having a problem with Stefan slapping a girl's butt went up and slapped Cass's ass and didn't...
So what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Maybe they have that relationship where that's permissible, Chantal. And just because there is sexual, you know, innuendos, photos, whatever the case might be, doesn't mean that you deserve to be assaulted. And it doesn't mean that people have the right to touch you without your permission. That's not a green light, Chantal, just because you put yourself in an environment like that. I mean, the same could be said for a prostitute working on a corner. Just because she does that for a living doesn't mean that she, you know, should be assaulted and it's like, it's part of her job. No, that's not how that works.
Get her consent. So it's okay for you as a woman to slap her ass, but it's not okay when Stefan does it, when you're all slapping each other's asses. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, so that was the one thing with the savvy thing. I just think that's just fucking bullshit.
I mean, I'm not surprised she's sticking it for a predator at all.
A slap on the ass, I don't know. And it made me actually realize, though, I've been assaulted many times. I like every single party I've been to. Girls touching my boobs. A guy smacking my ass. That's happened so many times. How many times has that happened to you going to a party?
Never. And
probably wasn't right, but at the time you're just like, you know.
You know why, Chantal? You know why that's probably happened to you? Because you need validation from men. So that's probably why anytime you go out and you purposely put yourself in situations like that because you need that validation. That's why.
On HBO Max or on, are you in Canada or? So, his baby mama, I think his baby mama, she's the black woman, right? The answer would be no just because he asked, right? Anyway, she was in the hot tub one night with Stefan, and she was like, in her mind, oh, I hope he doesn't want sex tonight. So she kind of said that she conveyed that to him, and then he was kind of pushy about it, like, oh, come on, you don't want it tonight? You always want it. So then she, I guess, gave in. I don't know. Like, wasn't really clear. She just said that they had sex, but she didn't really feel like she wanted to, but she felt pressured to do it. I'm not, like, defending that, but That's a very fine line. How many of you have boyfriends or lovers or husbands that just always want sex? And sometimes you're like, oh, I have a headache. And then they're like, they'll like nibble on your ear or do something. And like, come on, you don't want it. And then you'll be like, all right, just get it over with. You know what I mean? Like, that just seems something like common.
No, I've been married for over 30 years. And every time I've said no to my husband, he listens to me. And he doesn't push it like that. Maybe with you, Chantal, like I said, because you need the validation of men. So your legs are open 24/7. But not everybody has that experience. So the fact that you're trying to normalize that is disgusting. And let's just get this straight. Whether you have, boyfriend or girlfriend, or you've been married or whatever, you still can be sexually assaulted within that relationship. Just because you are together doesn't mean that that can't occur. And like I said, that it goes both ways. Majority of the time, you only hear about women, being victim of this, but men are also victim of sexual assault. Exhibit A, Chantal with Pete's, when she tried to go, on him. And that was on camera. And he himself even called that sexual assault.
That's just like pretty normal. Sneakerhead! Oh, thank you, Sneakerhead, giving me some of that lawyer money, right? I don't know. I don't see that as like grape, honestly. If she would have said a firm no, I don't want it, and then he still touched her, okay, then you can say that.
How do you know that didn't happen?
What if you're like, oh, okay, giving in? Well, I don't know. To me, that's just... And then, but not just that, she's saying that she's a victim, but she went back to the house after that and brought her kids there every day, and then...
Kind of like you and Nader, right? Remember, and I think I clipped it. It was on the video. Was it yesterday's? I didn't do a video yesterday. The day before, where you said he beat you, and then you were waiting for him to call you, and because he didn't call you, you drove over there. No victim that's been beaten and has an alleged abuser drives to their apartment to find out why they didn't call Chantal.
Had a baby with him.
So the same could be said about you. And just because you have a child with somebody, that doesn't mean that they didn't assault you. Do you know how many women out there have children from grape? Many women, Chantal.
Hi, Ryder. No, Cass is the deceased one. She needed the support from a man she despises who's creepy. I don't know. Anyway,
said like somebody never in an abusive relationship. That's the thing. She doesn't understand the dynamic when somebody is in an abusive relationship. It's not only the physical abuse, but it's monetarily that you get abused by them, where they control the money, where you have to depend on them in a specific way. So it's like I said, it's emotional abuse, physical abuse, monetary abuse. It's the full spectrum of shit. Chantal does not understand the dynamic of that because she's never been in a relationship like that. She wants to talk out her ass like she's experienced it. She hasn't. She's full of shit.
But if she feels like she was pushed and doesn't feel good about that, I'm not going to discount her feelings. But that's just my thought, I've submitted just to get my boyfriend out of my face. Yeah. I mean, it's true. Just because it's common doesn't mean it's right?
You're trying to make it right, though,
I'm not taking Stefan's side and everything here.
You clearly are.
I see faults on both ends, by the way. I don't know if I'm like giving more of a vibe that I'm supporting, I can see both sides in this situation. I think that speaking of
here's how I see Stefan. I see him. He's a predator. He knows how to zero in on people. Predators are real good at that. Example, Chantal. How she takes advantage of not only foreign men, but men that seem to have some type of developmental delay, where she's, she can control them easily. Stefan works kind of in the same way, but he zeroes in on women, that are morbidly obese, that have low self-esteem, may have done, this type of sex work and all that kind of stuff like that. He zeroes in on a specific type. So he knows who he could take advantage of. That's who he brings into that house.
Cass,
young women.
She passed away. Now, this Piggy Stardust woman is so annoying. 10 team baby? What do you mean?
I don't think she's annoying at all.
What happened? What does that mean, 10 team?
And not only that, besides my opinion on how he gets the women there, he's a pimp. That's what he's doing. Under the guise of, oh, this is a safe place, for large women. No, he's pimping all of them out. All of them. That's what's going on there.
Thank you, sneakerhead. Oh, you're 10. Oh, yes. Congratulations. Hey, ass hair, did I say hi to you? So, this Piggy Stardust woman is blaming... These women are saying that if Cass had never gone to Paradise, she'd probably be alive today.
It's possible.
Just because what it did. Yeah, Piggy Stardust. The name is kind of cool. What they did to her mental health, and it's just like...
That's true.
You went on TikTok bullying Cass. You're probably just as responsible if you want to point fingers.
No.
Shay did, yeah. So, shut up, okay? I can't stand her,
So then
sorry.
I guess that one woman, what was her name? I cannot remember her name. Please forgive me. That ended up aliving herself because she came onto the platform completely blitzed out of her mind. She clearly had a drug problem or an alcohol problem that ended up unaliving herself because she was bullied because she was defending you, Chantal. So I assume then that's your responsibility as well, right?
Cass, blaming Stefan for these women being adults and having free will to do what the fuck they want is just absolutely ridiculous to me.
Please.
Hey, alien. Yeah, right, Melly.
Here's the thing I see with Chantal. Like I said, I always believe that she's been a victim, a young victim. I believe her first... This is just based off just observation. I don't know this for a fact. This is just from what I see. Something happened to her when she was a child. I'm talking a young child, maybe under the age of 10, where that set her on a path of needing validation from men because she didn't have a father in her life to protect her and all of that. So throughout her life, she's always been seeking that male attention, that male approval, that father figure type in her life. That's why she got caught up in that relationship with the Frenchman and all of that. All of that because she's seeking that male attention.
First of all, Cass left Paradise, did feeder content on her own, and gained 100 pounds when she was not at Paradise. And then when
So does that explain your weight gain, Chantal? How much weight have you gained since you've been back in Canada? And that explains the weight gain, as well as why the camera was in the bedroom. You're doing that type of content. Is Stefan one of your clients? I wouldn't doubt it.
You know what I mean? Like when she went back, she was
I wouldn't doubt it. Maybe that's why she's defending him, because that's one of her big pay pigs. Stefan, he's paying her. And like I said, her being groomed by the Frenchman and all of that when she was in the relationship with him kind of set her up for a life of defending predators. And for her to be a predator, because that's what she's been involved in since a young age.
It's heavier. You're gonna blame Stefan for that? Like, nah, the women who go to Paradise are not thin when they go there. They're fat when they go there.
So?
And if they gain weight, that's not on anyone but themselves.
Bullshit.
Sorry.
If he provides the environment where he's encouraging them to do this, and he's manipulating them, it is his fault. 100%.
For the gift. Thank you, Marsha. No, seriously, I'm sorry, but they're making him sound like Epstein level. I don't get that vibe from him at all. I wasn't there. I wasn't interacting with him you know,
I would say he's on that level, and I would say that you would be the Ghislaine of Girl World. That's who you are. You would be the one to vet women for him and bring them in. That would be you.
Personally, so I can't really, I don't like to say, but blaming her for that is ridiculous. Then this one girl, Heather, who was like she was his wingman. She like defended him, everything.
That's you.
You know what made her actually turn on him is so ridiculous. Is one night, I think it was Paola, invited a whole bunch of men from Tinder over. They wanted to hoe it up. Hey, Island Dragonfly.
They wanted to hoe it up. Really? Or did Stefan encourage that because he wanted to make some money? Because he's pimping out all these girls? I think it's more like that.
So Heather was in the pool. This one man from Tinder tries to, and Stefan wasn't around to see this, tries to get with her, touch her. She said no. They get into the hot tub. And before she knows it, like, a woman was groping her. Then she noticed the woman was gone, and then she felt like she was being fingered. And it was this guy that tried to touch her before from Tinder. And she got out of the pool. Nothing to do, like, Stefan wasn't there. So she goes and she tells Stefan the next day what happened, and he said, "Oh wow, I'm sorry that happened to you." And she turned on Stefan. Like,
Good.
she felt like he wasn't getting outraged enough about what happened. Like,
because it's his home. He's the one bringing these fucking predators into the home because he's a predator. It's his responsibility if these young girls are assaulted by these men that he's bringing into the house. You could blame Paola all you want, but he's giving permission for all of this shit to go down, Chantal. It is 100% his fucking fault.
what is he supposed to do? Like, it's just fucking, it's ridiculous. I don't know. I think that's just so stupid. Like, there was this one woman, Alex. She went there. She got really drunk, but not blackout drunk to the point where she,
It doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter, bitch.
She goes to the hot tub. She willingly went into the hot tub.
Willingly.
And Stefan had sex with her. She didn't say no. She was drunk, but not pass out drunk. She wasn't incoherent.
It doesn't fucking matter, bitch, if you're pass out drunk. If you are under the influence of something and you cannot give a, sound mind yes or no, that's a fucking assault. What are you fucking talking about?
Okay? If you're having sex with someone who's incoherent, whatever. The next day, she said she felt a certain way about it. She was really sad about it. And,
yeah, which most women and men, if they're roofied or whatever, like if date rape actually happens to them, yes, that's typically how they feel after because they didn't give consent, asshole.
In the documentary, she goes, "So then Stefan takes me to the pool and he proceeds to have sex with me. You didn't say no, Alex. How the fuck is he supposed to know you don't want sex if you don't say no?"
Because you don't understand the dynamic, bitch.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
you don't understand the young woman and this man's dynamic. That's what you don't get. You don't understand. You know why? Because you're a predator. This is the type of shit you do. That's why.
Make it sound like, I don't know, she willingly had sex with him. It doesn't matter if they're easy to take advantage of.
Yeah, it does. 100%.
Like,
Bitch, yes it does. It fucking matters 100%. You're a fucking bitch.
I don't know. How are they easy to take advantage of? Because they're fat?
No, Chantal,
How?
no. Why is that your go-to? Why is that you're always, it's always looks or it's because you're fat or whatever. No, it doesn't matter what size you are. If somebody has been broken down over the years through whatever trauma or whatever things that have happened in their life, predators will zero in on those people because they're easy to take advantage of, Chantal. So it has nothing to do with being fat. Everybody can be assaulted at one point or another in their life. It doesn't fucking matter, Chantal.
They're consenting adults, K-May. They're legal consenting
It
adults.
doesn't matter. They're not legal consenting.
Okay, because they're young, so what?
It doesn't matter because they're over the age of 18, and there's no legal consent when you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs at all. That's not legal consent.
What is he doing that's illegal, though?
What's he doing that's illegal? Probably grooming young women when they're in their teens, grooming them over a period of time and enticing them to go into the Paradise house so he can pimp them and use them. That's what he's doing.
I don't know. Maybe it makes him a creep, but it doesn't make him a fucking rapist. Okay, so that's where you're you know what I mean? You're getting the lines blurred.
You are.
Transactional sex can be a bad thing. I don't know. I think it's just overblown, in my opinion. Yeah.
Honestly, the way she's going hard for this guy, I honestly believe, prove me wrong, Chantal, that he's a payer of hers, that she gets paid by him. Honestly, why would she come on here and do this? Why? There's no reason to.
Yeah, they're addicts. Okay, they're with free will.
Please.
Whose butt? What? Yeah. So I don't know.
First of all, he didn't get charges because I don't believe any charges were actually filed yet. That's still a possibility. The lawsuit that was happening was because he was suing them for defamation, and he wasn't able to prove it. But I think eventually, because of this documentary, I think people are going to do a lot of digging and find out some shit about him. I think maybe eventually charges might be brought up on him, honestly.
Yeah. What? Whose food goes in whose butt?
And by the way, my opinion, and this is only my opinion, these are based off of what I watched, so it's only my opinion. Oh yeah, the spermicide stuff. That he forcefully put spermicide into a woman.
Black hoodie, blah blah. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Happy joys. Addicts have to have. What do you mean they don't have free will?
They don't. They don't. A lot of Chantal addicts, because you are one. That's why you don't understand it. Addicts a lot of the time self-medicate. Do you think people really get into that lifestyle because, oh, it's fun? Some do, yeah. But I think a majority of them don't because they have some type of trauma that they're trying to self-medicate and they don't know how to work through. So yes, I would say that a lot of addicts can't make correct decisions. Yeah. Or decisions for the best interest of themselves. 100%.
Are you gonna say that McDonald's is immoral? Like, are you gonna condemn every friggin' corporation on the friggin' planet then?
How are you comparing
for selling people junk food?
How are you comparing sexual assault to junk food? The fact that you even put those two together in your brain shows how out of touch you are with reality, Chantal, to compare the two.
Yeah, they definitely wanted a place to feel loved and accepted.
And that's what he takes advantage of.
I think feederism is gross. And honestly, I don't feel like there's anything positive about obesity, quite frankly.
You do feederism videos, prove me wrong. And one of these days, maybe very soon, somebody's going to prove it.
Like, really, I don't. Oh, fuck out of here, black hoodie. Desperate how?
You
I ain't
are.
fucking desperate.
You are.
Bitch. Go fuck yourself.
You are why so aggressive? Because you know it's the truth.
The fuck does that have to do with me? Your comment doesn't even make sense. Go learn how to form a fucking proper thought and then come back here, motherfucker. Rosie, no, she was as a feeder expert, like, you know. Full figured and like, well, that's what he's so like. I feel like Stefan is out of touch because he's like, you know, in one breath he's like, I like women who are over 500 pounds but not too unhealthy. What do you think is going to happen if women are over? There's no healthy 500 pounds. I don't give a shit what you think otherwise. I don't care if women come on here and...
She's full of shit. She doesn't understand, like, you know, height to weight ratio and all of that. You could be a heavy set, like, especially, let's take an athlete, for example. Look at the spectrum of athletes, sumo wrestlers and all of that sort of thing. Yeah, you can be, you know, active and healthy. I mean, eventually, you know, if you live an unhealthy lifestyle, it's going to catch up to you. But some athletes are very heavy, 200-300 pounds. Like I said, my son, one of them, the oldest son that I have, that was a lineman professionally, he's like 360 pounds. But if you look at him, he's not obese. He's like a big muscular dude. My 16-year-old, 6'4", 260 pounds. You look at him, he's not obese. It just depends on your body type, your body height and all of that, and what you do as far as activity level, Chantal. So you make no sense.
Right. Like, I'm, you know, because I'm very unhealthy at my size.
Really? Shocked.
You know? And you don't see any 500-pound 80-year-old. It's not very usual. Unless they gain the weight late in life. I don't know. Statistically, you're not going to live very long. Sorry, but it's true. And I'm not flexing. I have no problem getting a man, and I don't need to prove that to anyone. So go fuck yourself, Black Hoodie.
It's easy getting a man when you're a whore.
Seriously.
And no disrespect to the working girls out there. That's not directed at you. You know what type of hoe I'm directing it at. And that's you, Chantal.
I think that's true, K-May. I don't get that at all. I think he actually really cares for the women that he comes across.
No, he doesn't. He uses them. No, he fucking doesn't.
I think he's just a fat admirer.
Please.
I don't even necessarily find him to be like a feeder.
He's 100% a fucking feeder. Why is he on the feeder forums? Why is that the place that he started, Chantal? Because he's a fucking feeder. Are you insane? He encourages these young women to eat. Why do you think he's doing that? In fact, like I said, he's probably paying you right at this moment.
At all. I think, you know, maybe
prove me
like
wrong.
He doesn't sit there and want to like force feed women and stuff.
It doesn't matter.
I don't see that way at all.
Okay, that's not the only way feederism works. I think she's going off of, like, I'm sure people have seen those videos where it's the feeder dynamic where they use like a funnel and they blend the food and they like force feed the woman and all that kind of stuff. There's an aspect to feederism that's like that, but there's also an aspect of feederism where they just get them whatever food they want. I mean, you could see it on My 600-Pound Life a lot of the time in those relationships. It's like a codependent bullshit going on. But with Stefan, that's none of that going on. This is purely a money-making venture for him. I don't think he gives a shit about any of these women. He kind of proved that with the hot mic.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, she had the nerve. He has a fetish. Yeah, I don't think he's like, I'm gonna take advantage of these people. Like, I don't feel that way.
I do.
I know when he said he didn't consent to having a woman having his kid. Like, that doesn't work that way, buddy.
Why do you
But he has.
Why do you think he left Germany? Why do you think, after being in the United States and living in multiple states, why do you think he ended up in Vegas? where it's legal to do these sorts of things, you know, pimping, prostitution, all that sort of things, where, you know, a lot of the shit flies under the radar just because of, you know, how Las Vegas is. Why do you think he's there, Chantal?
Like, I guess when he said men don't have a choice, and it's true, they don't.
What do you mean men don't have a choice?
And I mean, nor should they. It should be the women's choice, but I mean, it's true. It's factual. They don't. He doesn't have a choice, and at least he acknowledged that.
I gotta play that back.
They don't. So
what?
A woman having his kid, like, that doesn't work that way, buddy. But he is right. Like, I guess when he said men don't have a choice, and it's true, they don't.
Men do have a choice. What are you talking about?
And I mean, nor should they. It should be the women's choice. But
men do have a choice. It's either abstain from having sex, or if you're going to have sex, wear a condom. So they do have choices.
I mean, it's true. It's factual. They don't. He doesn't have a choice, and at least he acknowledged that.
That just proves that Chantal is nasty and dirty, and she raw dogs penis all over the place. That's what that proves.
I don't think you find the food aspect of it. The food for a feeder, the food part.
By the way, if you hear snoring, Lady's sitting right next to me, and she's snoring.
Also makes you horny. But for him, I think he's just a fat admirer. He likes fat women. That's what I get, you know?
I don't see that. I see him as a user and abuser.
Yeah, he can get snipped. Why doesn't he? Hey, Manic Cycles. Yeah. Heart Attack Girl closed? Really? Yeah, Krista, I was. Do you, Melinda? Emily? Whenever Rosie was, like, talking about Zio and, like, low-key, like, she's doing mukbangs from her rehab bed. Ma'am, you're like her size.
What does that matter? Look, I'm not.
Where do you come on?
I'm not a fan of Rosie at all because she's a manipulator, just like Chantal. But what does that matter? Rosie can have an opinion.
Judging. Like,
and it doesn't make sense that Zhao is getting takeout in a rehab. It doesn't make sense. I don't know what kind of like maybe the rehab she's there. Is it a like a bariatric rehab, or is it like some type of substance rehab? Because I don't understand that how she's getting food in there like that.
You know. She seems very controlling and manipulative with her family. Her parents left. What do you mean?
They did. What country are they in? They left the country. Is it like Norway or something?
It needs 7 more parts.
Didn't her parents leave? They're in like Norway, I think, or something. And they left the house. Rosie and her brother live in the house. And I believe her brother is autistic or something like that. And Rosie... you know what? I think those are negligent parents, because knowing the state that their daughter is in, why would you leave your son if he's autistic there with that? Bad parents.
She's just one accident away from ending up in rehab as well. Right.
So were you, Chantal. Or death. I think death is closer.
Oh, they moved out?
Norway, yeah. Somebody said it.
Norway?
I would love to go to Norway.
A Gore World documentary, imagine. It was just getting good. She screams at her brother.
She does. She's abusive.
Is her brother skinny? I'm just curious.
Why does that even fucking matter? Why does it matter if he's skinny?
How does Stefan stay skinny? He's always eating junk and friggin' eating a ton of food.
Because he probably has a high metabolism.
There's 3 episodes, Ryder. Norwegia. No, but he isn't like her.
Yeah, Rosie's like she like yells at him, the brother, and then not only that, like he works, and then she'll be like up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning being loud as fuck, cooking some bullshit. She's just a very self-righteous, arrogant, rude motherfucker.
What if he liked girls with beards? Hey, ethical. Well, there's a question of morality, like you know that obesity is deadly. And he's got this place kind of glorifying it, because he loves it. He advertises he loves it. He's against being thin.
Do you know why he's doing all of this, Chantal? I don't think that he has a fat fetish at all. That's the vibe that I get off of him is predator. And he knows that these women, let's be honest, a lot of women that are of that size have low self-esteem. And they feel like shit about themselves. Exhibit A, Chantal. That those type of people are easily manipulated. So that's why he does it. I don't think he has a fat fetish at all. It's for monetary purposes. That's the only reason why he's fucking doing this shit.
But at the same time, I never ever, from the hours I've watched of Paradise before on TikTok, I've never seen him encourage anyone to eat anything.
That's not
It's
true.
always the women going there celebrating, like, hey, it's like they go there like
Dinner
already
time.
themselves, and it's somewhere they can just magnify that. Do you know what I mean? Like, hey, we can go here and eat whatever, stuff ourselves, whatever they want. And a lot of them have feederism. They do feederism for a job.
What does that mean?
So how are you going to blame Stefan,
Are you kidding me right now?
Like, don't hate the player.
Wait, what?
Hate the game. Is it?
Fucking wait a minute. I'm going to fucking throw my
eat
phone.
whatever, stuff ourselves, whatever they want. And a lot of them have feederism. They do feederism for a job. So how are you going to blame Stefan, Like, don't hate the player, hate the game. Is exactly made for the
You're
situations like
no,
this.
No, it doesn't. You're a fucking bitch. I was going to say to see you next Tuesday. Chantal, so you're basically saying that because a woman or a man works within a certain industry that they should, be aware and that they're going to get violated. That's just comes, with that title. That's what you're saying? You're disgusting pig.
He's always eating canes. It's so true. Sorry, Happy. That AI deleted that. Whitney the plumber makes very unflattering. I don't care. I think it's sexy when a dude asks for written consent for each individual. I've never seen, I don't know, maybe we need to start getting to that point, but for someone to be like, may I touch your ass?
I mean, it's already like that, Chantal. What are you talking about? Just because you're a hoe and because you need that attention, you need that validation, that doesn't mean that everybody else is like that. Just lets anybody touch them. That just shows how desperate you are, that you will let anybody, touch you, violate you, do whatever you want, whatever they want, because you need and crave that validation from whatever daddy issues this derives from. You need to seek treatment. Vile.
Yeah, it is he said, she said, but at the same time, based on what their stories were in the documentary, I mean, especially Savvy, he touched my belly and I felt like crying. Okay, you felt violated, him touching your stomach, but you need to set your boundaries, girl. Like, you need to, once you said no, he went away. So what's the problem?
It doesn't matter. It's the point that he feels that he has the right to do that, Chantal. That's the point. She doesn't have to set a boundary. He should know that already, that you're not supposed to just touch anybody you want to. He's a fucking predator that thinks he has the right to do whatever he wants to do.
Like, for her to be so vehemently angry with him over that is weird.
Yeah, because you're a predator. That's why.
I love belly rubs. Like, for a big woman who's sexualized, it could be like touching your boobs, right? Because Stefan's boobs is a belly. He loves bellies, right? So I always considered women smarter than men. That is why I'm shocked a young girl would want to put themselves in such a freaky situation like that.
Wow, put themselves.
I could see why it would be appealing, because honestly, if I wasn't Muslim, I wasn't married, I probably would have gone there.
Please, you're old.
Like, really, honestly, I would have.
First of all, you're not his type. You're like hobbit-sized. You're bald. And you're old. So I don't think he would like you, Chantal. You know, maybe he might pay you for, you know, some feeder fetish shit, clearly. But you're not his type.
Probably wanted to
You're
have
old,
fun. You find a sisterhood and other big women.
Please,
but it's a place where they would
do you think everybody, like, honestly believes that you would be able to find a sisterhood with any women? You hate women. And this video proves that you hate women.
all be having sex with each other, touching each other. The boundaries are not clear. You have women smacking each other's asses. You have some women not caring if Stefan smacks their ass. You know, so I don't think he meant to be like predatory with smacking a woman's ass, because from what I've gathered, anytime he's been told...
You don't think he meant to be predatory? Do you hear yourself, Chantal, right now? The fact that he's even having the predatory behavior is a problem. And you're giving an excuse to it. Like, he didn't mean to do it. You know, he didn't mean to sexually assault. Like, I didn't mean to kill those people. Like, you know what I mean? You're a fucking moron.
Not to do it, he stops. Like, so otherwise, how is he supposed to just... He's not fucking psychic. I wouldn't have been the queen. I don't feel like being the queen.
You know, honestly, Chantal, if you ever go out, if you ever leave your stink box in the sky and venture out, because I think, have you been hiding because you're scared you're going to get jumped by these women, whoever threatened you? I hope to God that nothing ever happens to you and you get assaulted like that out in the street when you're out at night, because that could happen when you go out there to smoke or do whatever you're doing. Something like that could happen. Nobody's gonna fucking believe you from this moment on. Anything you have to say, like I said, all that stuff that you said about Nader and all of that, nobody believes that shit, especially after this video. Because anybody that has been a victim of certain crimes like that would never come up on this platform saying the shit that you're saying right now. I would never come on this platform defending another predator. The only reason why you're doing it and giving excuses for the behavior, number one, because I think he's paying you, and number two, because you're a fucking predator yourself.
I can't watch her. Like, I don't think it's any fun if she's not willing to play without anything. Who, Scrape? Who are we talking about? They went to a territory place. You think it's predatory? I don't think so. I don't get that vibe from Paradise.
And the fact that, yet again, and not only that, the fact that she was saying, you know, if I wasn't married and Muslim, I would go there. The fact, she's still in that mentality where she thinks like she's this hot 20-year-old. You're not, Chantal. You're like, how old is she? 43? You're old and washed up. You're 43. You look older than me, and I'm in my 50s. Damn.
For bikini and got naked in the pool, and then afterwards got upset over him touching her belly. Again, the boundaries are not clear. That's what I'm saying. There's a problem with boundaries.
Give me a break.
For sure. Yeah, it's pretty good. Are they going to make more episodes?
I have a question then. If the boundaries aren't clear to you, there's, you know, whatever. So then if that's the case, I'm sure people have heard of these cases, like in a nursing home or something like that, where somebody is basically, you know, in a coma, or it's an elderly person that's, you know, might have a dementia or whatever. So then do you think it's okay that they get sexually assaulted because the boundaries aren't clear? Are you okay with that, Chantal?
Oh, Rosie. With Hefner Strixmoon. Yeah, the fat women. I know, Dill. I think so too.
And don't even put him on the same level as Hugh Hefner. He's not a Hugh Hefner.
Like Muslim countries, right, Marsha? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's very different in the Middle East than here. Different everything.
And that's another thing. And under Sharia law and all of that, sexual assault is permissible. So, and not only that, now that I'm thinking about it, actually, that's her fake husband's fetish. He has sexual assault fetishes, which were all proven by Kai Bella and the text messages. You know, like I said, because this is the opinion this is why I don't like Salah. The opinion I have with him is that Chantal is full of shit. I don't think she knows about his past history. And because he sent those messages to Kai Bella, I wouldn't be surprised if he has a history of doing exactly what he said in those text messages to women. I wouldn't put it past him, and that Chantal's defending it and she knows about it.
Harrison, that's why we don't go outside.
Because
it's 3 episodes. I don't know if they're
like
going to make more. They probably won't. Oh, he didn't want to be a Hefner.
He would never be a Hefner.
I feel like he doesn't I feel like he's not intentional with hurting people.
Please.
That's like the vibe I get. But I've never been like one-on-one with him, so
exactly.
You can't really get the creep factor unless you've been in that situation. And I don't like discounting people's stories.
Bullshit. But you did. You discounted everybody's story in this. How long has this been going? 31 minutes. You've discounted everybody's story, and just watching him, and I've been watching him when he was on a Lol Cow and other platforms that he's been on. Yeah, 100% gives the creep factor. 100% gives the predatory factor. Listen to him speak. You can hear the manipulation in the way he talks and the way he says things.
Some of them just seemed like very far-fetched and bullshit, in my opinion.
Wow.
Some know, like the tampon thing was weird. But that's, yeah, he's saying, oh, I would never do that, you know. But why would she make that up, you know? Like, I like to give her the benefit of the doubt in the situation.
Benefit of the doubt, bitch. Fuck you. Okay, but if there's smoke, there's fire. So why are you going to believe one story and not the other, Chantal? I think all of the stories are believable. All of them. I believe all of them 100%.
I'm like not defending everything he's done, but it's just like...
Yeah, you are. You literally are.
No, I'm not being defensive. It's just that I'm just being objective. Like I don't know any of these people. I like them all equally. I don't know them.
You don't like them.
You know, I think what happened to that Cass girl is so sad. She was so beautiful.
You even came on here and said you didn't like Piggy. You don't like her. You don't like any of these women. You're a woman hater. I don't even think you like your own mother, and that's where this problem stems from. That's why you hate women, because you don't even like your own mother, because she abandoned you and had another family, got married, had a kid, and started to ignore you.
Like, a very lost person, you know? And she was only 29. Escaping Wisconsin. I'm being objective. Like, I watched the whole thing, and that's my...
You're being a bitch.
Observations.
Please. Unfounded observations.
Internet-induced, yeah. Right, ethical, yeah, true.
Do you know how many people with probably like severe depression and, you know, self-esteem issues mask it and are out in society, you know, being positive and like you can't even tell anything's wrong with them? Do you know how many people do that, Chantal?
The tampon thing? Basically, he was,
If this doesn't tell you he's a predator, I don't know what does.
He was being sexual with one of the women, and she said all of a sudden she felt something in her, and he was like, oh, it's okay, it's just a kiddie treat. And then she got an allergic reaction to whatever it was. She thought it was lube, and she went to the hospital. It was an allergic reaction. It was spermicide. He like put spermicide inside of her. She said allegedly without her knowing.
Well, what do you mean allegedly?
And he is saying allegedly that he would never do that. That how would he get inside somebody without them like really knowing and all this and
the
that?
The same reason your
like
dick
how could he do
gets
something to somebody without them knowing about it? So those are the two. Those are what each of them are saying.
The fact that this asshole thinks that he has the right to use anything and put it inside of a woman tells you all you need to know about this piece of shit.
He said he always tells them first, doubt it. Yeah.
But yet
Why?
you're
I mean, why
defending
not
him.
though? Why not just say I'm gonna put spermicide? Oh, maybe because, you know what I do? Hey, ding dong. I do tend, the woman is more credible, especially because his reaction to getting his baby mama pregnant and having the babies, he seems like that would be something that would be like, has to happen. Like, he's so paranoid about getting them pregnant. So he would be that type of person, like, I'm just gonna, it's a non-negotiable.
You know why? Because he doesn't want to pay money, that's why.
Yeah, she was allergic to it.
A lot of women are.
Maybe he doesn't want to ruin the mood.
Please.
I don't know.
Ruin the mood, my ass. These fuckers in the chat are sick fucks.
Overall, I don't get any positive vibes from Paradise, actually. There's been...
Wait, is she back? It sounds like she's trying to backtrack all of a sudden because she's reading the chat. Because there's some people kind of saying things against what she's saying, but then there's some kind of agreeing with what she's saying, and I think she's reading the chat. That's why she's backtracking.
There's been 2 deaths, I think. 2 deaths, and Xiomara's been in rehab for a long time. And I don't blame Paradise for that, but it's also a place that promotes that lifestyle.
What is this? That's predatory and disgusting. He tried to abort the woman's babies without her consent, as well as by trying to drug her with Plan B. Plan B isn't even an abortion pill. He's a stupid, predatory creep who has assaulted multiple women. I agree. 100% correct. And the fact that he thinks he has the right to do this shit, that's like, hello? Predator? That's what he is.
Jill, he sounds like a creep. I don't know. Yeah, I think he didn't want those children, that's for sure. And like, that's sad because even to this day, he doesn't have anything to do with his babies, so.
Oh, kind of like you. Oh. Interesting. You don't know your daddy either.
What the hell are you all watching? Escaping Paradise. Yeah, that is definitely gross, his attitude towards that. Even well, he says he's joking, but I don't think so. There's no proof that he purposely, like, he hid drugs and he hid Plan B inside of her drink. The children. I hope he's paying hefty. I hope he's paying hefty child.
Chantal, but like I said, where there's smoke, there's fire. And the fact that that's even something that was told, what makes you think a woman is just going to make that shit up and just, say it? Like, all these stories have a similarity of predatory behavior, all of them, where he knows he could take advantage of these young women, and he's very smart about it, where he sneakily, if that's even a word, I don't even think it is, tries to do things to manipulate them. Do you see it, Chantal? Maybe not, because, like I said, you're a predator that manipulates as well.
Support. I hope his baby mama goes after his ass for that.
Somebody needs to find out what his net worth is.
He has to pay for the second seat.
I know, like, his net worth from that remote control thing or whatever it is that he's doing is maybe a few million. I want to know how much he's making from the adult content. I think that's where a majority of his money comes from.
Dill.
And I believe the house that he's in, because he said that he purchased it during the housing market crash, from what I remember, I have it written down somewhere because I was like trying to find stuff about this fucker. That he paid below $1 million. I think he paid like $800,000 or $900,000 for that house during that time period when everybody was like, you know, getting all the foreclosures and all that sort of thing.
No, I think he should have been like, do you mind if I put some friggin' spermicide? I think he should have told her. Who's getting arrested? He's not charged with anything.
Yet.
Cat is another name for vagina, yeah. Yeah, I can see what you mean, Jill.
How old? See, this is the problem what I have with Chantal's chat and the things that she says. Because people, you don't know what age a lot of her viewers are, and they could be young and very impressionable, and I've said that for a long time. Even when it comes to her like eating habits and diabetes and her fucking doctor advice, medical advice, you know, all that sort of shit. People listen to what she says. Foodie fan says, what the fuck is even spermicide? Is it an old fashioned or new fashioned? How old are you, Foodie fan, that you don't even know what that is? And that's why Chantal is dangerous. Because people are going to listen to this shit that she's spewing out, and it's a bunch of fucking garbage.
A girl dog.
And the thing is too, and she's kind of questioning these young women's interaction with Stefan, you know, calling bullshit and all of that. How does she know that there might not be somebody that was victimized maybe last night or this week or something that's a follower of hers, and listening to Chantal is going to make them not go to the police and report the crime? That's exactly what she's doing. She's not an advocate. She hates women.
Banana purse. He talks to MFW on the regular. Yeah, he does. I don't like Katie at all. I think she's a fucking racist.
Please, you don't like Katie because
that's my main problem with her.
No, your main problem with Katie is you went on a panel with her and she read you to filth. That's why you don't like Katie.
Spermicide is a form of contraception. So, do you guys think it's the same thing if he put on a condom without asking her? Because condoms are covered in spermicide.
Not all of them.
So,
idiot.
if he put on a condom without telling her...
That's not the same thing,
do you
moron.
think that would be the same
That's
situation?
That's not the same thing. Putting on a condom is not the same as getting a foreign substance and shoving it into a woman's vagina. That's not the same thing. And the fact that you're even equating the two, fuck you.
It's on him, but it's going in her.
She's a fucking
It's soon
idiot.
going to be inside of her, just like the spermicide.
She's a fucking moron.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like, he put it in a tampon? So, inserting something into her other than his wiener. I see what you mean,
exactly.
Yeah. No, I think there's spermicide on condoms, aren't there?
Not
on
all
lubricant?
not all of them.
Maybe not.
She wouldn't know that because she doesn't use them. That's why she's had multiple STDs. And that's not defamation. That's fucking fact because she said it. It's come from her own mouth. Not only did she have it down there, but she had it in her throat. So she doesn't know about protection or condoms or anything like that. She's an STD enthusiast.
A kitty treat. Yeah, creepy kind of.
My husband's leaving, so the dogs are barking.
Well, she didn't know she was allergic, though.
I think a lot of women are allergic to the spermicide.
Like, she just found out then. It's like,
Wait, but maybe she, like, I don't know, if he would have said that he was going to do that, maybe she had an allergy to it. I don't know, or maybe she wouldn't want that excuse me, in her. Chantal, did you ever think about that?
It's a bit weird, yeah.
Like, Jesus. Excuse me.
Yeah, Foodie fan. It is kind of weird.
Fucking sick bitch. I don't like feeling angry. I don't like to feel hate. At all. I don't like it. I spent a long time, probably about 10 years, just having hatred. For multiple reasons. I don't like feeling it. I don't like feeling it towards her. Hopefully, I think maybe the feeling that I'm having right now is just based off of this bullshit that she's saying. Hopefully it'll fade away, because I don't like feeling this way. Maybe it's just anger in the moment. I hope it is.
That's true, ding dong. But you think men don't think like that?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean?
What do you mean men don't think like that?
And that's not a defense, it's just fact. They don't. Oh, I should think of how her vagina is going to react. They don't care.
Yeah, they do.
They think that thing can take all kinds of friggin' stuff.
Excuse me. You have no idea what men think. You have no idea, because you know why? You haven't been around actual men. You've been around little pieces of shit that nobody wants anything to do with. Most men do care. Most men are not predators, Chantal. Just because you deal with that shit doesn't mean that all men are like that, and they're not.
Friggin',
they're
so out
you
of
don't
touch,
know men.
They're insensitive.
You've never been with a real man. That's your fucking problem.
Trap him with pregnancies, yeah.
Please.
But he definitely should have gone about it a different way. You know? If I was single and
Do you honestly think that women, these young women, want to trap this piece of shit with pregnancies? I seriously doubt that. Nobody wants to be associated with a predator, and nobody's going to have a child and use that child to be associated with a predator, Chantal. So I don't think so.
Hadn't reverted, then probably would have gone, yeah.
Please. No, you wouldn't have. You're too old. You're not 20.
Why do I need association to talk about it? It's a documentary. Are you dumb? Yes, you're dumb. Oh, sorry. Do I need, what? It's a current event. So people can't discuss things that happen unless they were there? Oh my God, please go read a book. Fuck, Rosie wasn't there. This documentary has been being talked about for weeks. What about Lockout Bus? Were they there?
They're gonna be there, apparently.
Are you a sex addictive person? No.
She's not experienced in sex. I tell you that right now. She likes to throw around a big game. But she's not. She's a very frigid individual. She's a predator that's frigid.
Predator all his excuses and victim blaming. Well, then you're hearing what you want to hear. It's not herpes, not actual fact.
You are blaming.
You're hearing what you want to hear. There's nothing I can do about that.
Please, you are blaming.
I guess our conversation ends here.
Please, yeah. You know what? I think all reaction channels are in agreement on this. You are victim shaming, and you are blaming the victim, and you are a predator. I think every reaction channel will say that.
Bus right, Roxy. I'm not saying that Stefan is a completely magnificent dude who hasn't done, questionable, creepy things. But at the same time, some of the things he was being accused of, like the belly touching, calling him a predator for that, blaming him for Cass's death. There's things that they're piling onto it that I don't feel like is fair. That's all I'm saying.
It's fair.
If you think I'm defending him, whatever.
You are defending a predator.
Marsha. There you go, Scrape.
She doesn't understand the dynamic in that household at all.
Tech is on walkout right now, mukbanging spermicide.
That's not funny.
What's that other lady's name, the model? Tess Holiday, yeah, she's gained weight. Hey, Fete. Why would I want to be a part of that? I would, if I would have gone there and I didn't want to hook up with Stefan, I would have been like, look, I'm not here for that.
Bullshit.
You know, I would have liked to think I would have been clear
First
about
of all,
it. Maybe
everybody knows you very well, Chantal. You would have hooked up with him because you're that desperate. You want male attention, so you would have hooked up with him.
I wouldn't have been.
And if you would have said no, he would have gotten you drunk and he would have did it anyways.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been. Who knows?
Please.
But if I would go now, like in red, like if I would have go now, if I was single and not Muslim,
Please.
that's what I would do at this state, at this, you know.
You're too old.
So.
And you know what he would do? He would take advantage of you, Chantal. He would manipulate you, get you drunk, and then he would take advantage of you. That's exactly what he would do. But in your case, you're an old hag, so he wouldn't want to touch you because I think the age limit for him is like 26, 27. Once you're past that point, you're too old. So no, he doesn't want your beef curtains and your boil. No thanks.
Younger women are more impressionable for sure.
Please.
But
I wouldn't say that's
and
not
I do
true.
think
That's fuck you. That's not true. Don't say that young women are impressionable. Not all young women are impressionable, but ones that have had some type of trauma and have low self-esteem or something like that, something that has happened to them, those ones are easily, taken advantage of. So don't put a blanket statement that all young women can be taken advantage of, because that's not true.
It's immoral in a way to glorify obesity because it is deadly. Like, look at the people who've died from it.
You do.
You know, it's not.
Chantal, what do you think you're doing when you post eating videos on here? Like an eating video with food that's like enough to feed a family of 10. What do you think you're doing? You're glorifying obesity. So you're just as fucking guilty.
Not positive whatsoever. I don't care what anyone says. And I'm an obese person.
Please.
That's my views have changed a lot on that.
Weren't you just saying the other day that maybe your husband likes pork and that's what he likes about you is because you're fat and you have no problem with it? Weren't you just saying that the other day? So now all of a sudden it's a problem? Fuck you.
Oh. And they'll probably feel that way when they get sick, so. Stefan gives amazing head pats. No thanks. He's not my type whatsoever, and I'm happily married.
Please, happily married?
Yeah, Ryder, it's true. I mean, I feel like, when there's a man at the center of something. Oh, Scrape, it is so good. I would eat that right now. Imagine if Stefan slapped Amber's shelf. Tess Holiday is one of the prettiest women alive.
She is.
She's very pretty.
I've seen her in person. She is.
Yeah, she is very pretty. I was just thinking because, like, the hesitation was like one of the most prettiest women alive. She's very pretty.
Yeah.
Slapped shelf.
She doesn't want to say that.
I lived there for 2 weeks. No one touched me. Oh, shoot. There's one woman who was there.
What does that mean? Oh,
she was in the documentary. She had really short hair. And I remember her going on bus. I hate the bus audience. They made me laugh and I felt like I was going to hell.
I thought you don't watch that.
She was sitting there and going, well, I don't know anything about that, but you see, she apparently kept making advances on Stefan, and he had to tell her, like, he told her basically, like, you're not my type, I'm sorry. And then someone because he's like, she's not my type, and I didn't want to sleep with her. And then someone in the comments was like, oh, fuck, I wouldn't want to either. You're not a Tess fan? Yeah, me neither, really, honestly.
Why? Why aren't you a Tess fan? I wonder, is because she's prettier than you?
I mean, maybe, I don't know, Stefan should
She's
be like
successful.
very...
Is that why you're mad? Because Tess is prettier than you and she's a successful model? Is that why you don't like her?
Maybe he should encourage these women to lose weight. I don't know.
That would defeat the
Not
purpose.
like they'll probably listen. It's not like he can just cure everyone's problems.
You think that's what he's doing, Chantal? He's curing
Her head is
everyone's
too
problem?
small. You find Tess Holliday's head is too small? Really? I don't notice. He slept with some little bluebirdie. I don't know all who he slept with, but I know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if Tess started it.
She was the first real advocate for plus-size women and body positivity. I don't believe in there being
wasn't
like
the first person to start that, but she was probably one of the first recognizable obese women to be in that world, as far as like body positivity and all of that when it first started. I wouldn't say she started it.
a heroin chick standard of body size, or extreme diets and all that shit. Maybe, I mean, being chunky, I think that weight is no longer attractive once it becomes, like, not just attractive, but it's no longer...
So you're not attractive, you're saying?
It's no longer good whenever there's, like, health issues, So, like...
So you're not attractive?
These women are, like, my size even is a problem. Women who are, like, 500, 600 pounds, that's really bad. That's really unhealthy.
But the thing is, Chantal, you are, like... I don't even think she's 5 feet tall, honestly. In my opinion, barely 5 feet tall. And you're, like, in the 400s. You could say you're 300 pounds all you want. You're, like, 4-something, okay? That is huge. You are, like, beyond morbidly obese. You're, like, at bedbound status at this point. So stop trying to... You're talking as if you're not one of them. It's really bizarre to me. You are one of them. You're not chunky.
No, Natcherd is not my type, MTXP.
Yeah, he was then. Desperate.
We don't always date our types.
I do, and I always have.
Because he's not like anyone else I've been with.
Why would you waste your time? But that just shows your desperation, Chantal. Because a normal woman wouldn't waste their time with somebody that isn't their type and doesn't really offer them anything. But you would, because you're fucking desperate. You're so desperate to be on a public forum, on a public stage, and say that a man has anything to do with you. That's the whole purpose of all of this. That's even the whole purpose of this whole Salah thing. Because Nader didn't want to claim you, and he dumped you for Didi. You wanted to make him jealous, and that's how you hooked up with Salah. That's the only reason why you're with him. For recognition that a man would even be in the vicinity of you. It's sad. You're desperate.
I don't really have a type. Like...
Please. You do. You do have a type. Mentally delayed foreign men. That is your type, because you want to take advantage of them and you want to hold money over their head to control them. And in Salah's case, it's both money and immigration status. You're holding that over his head as a means to control him. That's your type.
I've been with so many, like, every person I've been with was so different from the next.
Please.
Yeah. Tess kept gaining and now has health issues.
You've had 3 relationships. 3 relationships. You had BB, the best guy that you will ever probably have in your life, which you cheated on. You were with Pete's. I don't even know why you were with Pete's, because you used to make fun of him. That's a weird relationship. You cheated on him. Now you're with this guy, and the only reason why you're with him is for recognition that a man wants you. Those are the only 3 relationships that you've been in, Chantal. So what do you mean different types? Come on, stop it. We see you. They're all men you could take advantage of.
So what if
all
they're
of them.
taller? They're still super morbidly obese.
That's not true.
Even if you're 6'1", you should not be 500 fucking pounds. Are you kidding?
That's not true.
At like 6'1", okay, let's figure this out. What is a healthy body weight for a woman who's 6'2"? Let's just give you an extra inch. Between 144 and 194 pounds. That's 300 pounds overweight.
She's full
that
of
is
shit.
super morbidly deadly obese.
That ratio doesn't make any sense at all. At all. That's what... Fucking moron. For 5'8", just... Yeah, mine should be like between 100 and 120. What's your point? I included myself in this. So I don't
what's
think
your
you should
point?
be 120.
Like, why are you...
Wait, excuse me. I don't even think, like, if you really want to get technical about it, and if you look at, like, what the government recommends, which I don't believe in. I don't believe in, like, that BMI index. I don't believe it at all, because if you look at people globally across the world, and if you want to take it to, like, an ethnicity type of thing, certain ethnicities have certain different body types. So that BMI index, I don't think applies to anything, because everybody's different across the globe. So the fact that she's saying that her weight should be 100 to 120 pounds, shut up, Chantal. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I'm also super morbidly obese, but that doesn't change that being 500-600 pounds is not healthy. Like, do you not understand that? Or my weight is not healthy either. When did I say that?
You say it all the time. You say it all the time, Chantal. And especially you say it when you're shoving shit in your face.
I don't act like they're so much bigger than me, Melly. I include myself.
You do. That's why you say chubby. I'm chubby. My chubby cheeks and all of that. You don't include yourself. You think... You know what's really weird about you, Chantal? Because, like, clearly you have body dysmorphia, but it's, like, in the opposite way. It's really weird. Instead of, like... You know how, like, majority of us that have it, we look at ourselves and we think we're bigger than we are. Chantal thinks she's skinnier than she is. She actually thinks like she's a size 14 or something like that. That's why when she went to Walmart and she bought those double X leggings, because she thinks she's actually that size, and she's not. She doesn't realize how fucking big she is.
I included myself in that.
Please. That's why you wear tight ass clothes.
I'm super morbidly death fat obese.
Soundbite.
Do you want me to, like, fucking write it out? Yeah, Island Dragonfly.
What's the timestamp on that? 51.
I'm 5'1". Give me that extra.
I don't think she
Give
is.
me the extra inch, okay?
Bullshit. I
They don't get in my head,
I
Tam
can't
Tam.
even imagine being 5'1" and being in the 400s. I can't even fucking imagine. Like, her skeletal system is screaming. That's why she has kickstand legs.
I'm just saying, like, you know, where did I say that?
You say it all the time. You're prettier than 90% of YouTube. You're prettier than 90% of YouTube. You're prettier than all the reaction channels. You always talk about all of our looks and all of that. You come on here eating all the junk food. You're delusional. You are fucking delusional. You think you're better than everybody else. You think you're prettier than everybody else. You think you're thinner than everybody else. You think like all the reaction channels were all morbidly obese. It's not the case, Chantal. You're just jealous and you're projecting your own bullshit. You're the one that projects.
No answer? Silence, crickets. I'm waiting to hear where I act like I'm smaller. Or like I'm so much smaller. I'm like maybe 100 and something pounds less than a 500-pound person.
Please.
Some of the women there were like 600 pounds.
So you admitting you're in the 400s then?
Whenever you're super morbidly obese in an unhealthy way like that, you know, carrying 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the same, like it's very dangerous. You know? 600 pounds? I don't think so, LMNOP. Nah. But probably very close. No, I'm not 310. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know know why you people are comparing me to these women when I included myself.
Because you're
I'm
in here
also
talking about it.
extremely fucking unhealthy.
First of all, you're the one that's coming in here saying that if I weren't married and I weren't Muslim, then I would be in there. You are comparing yourself to those women because you think you're at that status where you would be able to be a part of that whole thing over there, Chantal. You are comparing yourself to those women. This entire display was a comparison because that's what you do.
Maybe even more unhealthy than a lot of them that are there, even if they weigh more. Every body is different. There's some women who are thinner than me but still obese, who
thinner than you but
have
still
even
obese.
worse health issues. It just depends.
Thinner than you but
You
still
know?
obese. Tongue-tied.
Okay, so what's your point, LMNOP? Like, what's your point? I'm just waiting to know what your point is. ...
Because your conversion is wrong. That's what they're saying, moron.
Your place in my heart is as fat as hell. They're just trying to piss you off. It's not working.
It clearly is.
I'm having a conversation. What's your point?
It clearly is pissing you off.
That is the sweetest thing anyone said to me, Scrape. That's just the way I talk, Herpes. I guess I'm spicy. I'm not mild. I'm unhealthy but old because I am pounds overweight. Yeah, obesity is not healthy. Did you, Melly? Hey, Jackie. ALR is 550-ish and is the same height as Chantal, so that makes her 800 pounds. Seems off.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. So if Amber, exactly, she's not... Like, you can't go by that LMNOP. That's kind of, like, not accurate way of measuring things, but go off.
That's what you said, though.
Like,
that's the thing. So go off.
I don't know. Maybe it's close to being accurate, but...
Please.
Yeah, if you do the Amber conversion, I don't know. It's hard to say. And no, like, I can walk. Like, I can. Not very far distances without being uncomfortable, but so those women too. Same thing. You're asking me if they can walk. And most of them are a lot younger too. So you can't, like, I don't know why we're pitting one fat woman against each other, but it's very typical for Girl World to do that.
No, excuse me. Here we go with the rosy trope Girl World bullshit. First of all, Girl World doesn't pit women against each other. That's not what we do. We point out all y'all's bullshit, okay? You're the one pitting yourself against the victims. You're doing that. Girl World ain't doing shit. You're the one that decided to come on here and defend a predator. You're the one doing it. So don't do that. Don't say this shit about Girl World, because that's not what we do. We point out your bullshit. Number one, you guys don't like it. You guys don't like to be held accountable.
Fucking dick size whipping contest, fucking pissing contest over who's bigger, who's more mobile, who has cankles, who doesn't.
We don't fucking care. Do you think we really fucking care who's more mobile and, you know, all that kind of stuff like that? If anything, and I've said this multiple times, if anything, the reaction channels have tried to guide all of you into a healthy place, but you guys refuse to do it. You guys think you know better. Nobody knows nutrition like Amber Lynn, all that kind of stuff like that. If anything, reaction channels have been trying to save you guys. Your fucking beezers or your clients or whatever the fuck you want to call them, those are the ones that are trying to kill you, not us. So I'm tired of these idiots trying to put reaction channels, you know, in a certain box, trying to paint us this way, and we're not that way. And the reason why that proves it is we're still here. We're still strong. We're all still here together. So fuck you, Chantal.
I just don't want to be a part of your fucking stupid ass conversation. I'm sorry.
Well, then don't bring yourself into it.
Foodie is a feeder site, but before it was big into feederism, it was more like just a fat community, I guess.
She knows because she's a member of it.
Why, nothing. We're just having a discussion, Jackie. And Blue, me going to a doctor has nothing to do with this discussion, so I really don't know why you're even bringing that up.
It has everything to do with this discussion. You were just talking about how you're morbidly obese, your death fat status. The doctor has everything to do with like all of that, Chantal. What don't you understand? And your refusal to go to one. And I don't think she went to the doctor at all. I think she's bullshitting. I saw the video where she was explaining that she has a skin infection. I'm sorry, and I'm sure dermatologists and doctors would agree. Skin infections typically don't drain in that fashion. Typically boils do, Chantal. So nice try.
I try, Positive J. I try my best. Oh, Phoebe declined to comment? The hypocrisy in fucking Gore World makes my head spin.
What hypocrisy? Mm-hmm. Yeah, hypocrisy.
Thank you, Foodie fan. I agree.
Bullshit. You know, like another thing about the Girl World and the reaction channels, there might be like reaction channels that don't get along and all that sort of thing. But the one thing that all of us have in common is that we basically all have the same opinion on all of this bullshit. All of it.
I wish I could find someone who is like me with illnesses and being overweight. I have no one to talk to who understands. You can talk to us. I understand, believe me. And I, 100%, yes, at my height, being short, like that's an actual fact. It makes me way more unhealthy than someone taller. For sure, I know that. But that doesn't have anything to do, like, I include myself in that. Like, I don't I really hate being obese.
Then
I don't think there's anything positive about it.
Yeah, all of a sudden, watch, today I bet you she'll come on here with a mukbang.
You know?
Some bullshit, watch. My man likes pork. She'll come back with that shit.
I don't think I should go and, like, insult myself and, you know, hate myself and...
You do hate yourself, though. That's the thing. Nobody that loves themselves or is comfortable in their own skin does what you have done to your body, Chantal, and says the things that you have said. Nobody
else. Like, I don't believe in being negative about it, like in a way that's like toxic and detrimental, but
that's why you call everybody fat,
I don't think that accepting it, like, that's giving up. Giving up is when you accept.
You did. You have given up.
Like,
you have given up. You have given up. That's why you've gained like 200 pounds since you've been back in Canada. You have given up. You don't even take a shower. You have given up. You poop your pants. You have given up.
Change. I may as well just give in and do this. Like, the minute you do that and you really give up, that's it.
That's literally you.
And I don't care if I do that to my last dying breath. I'll never just give up, you know? You
have. I think that boat has sailed.
Girl has blinders on, for real. There's no intellectually honest conversation. Of course there's not.
Please.
There's no intellectual part whatsoever.
Do you think you have intellectual conversations? So your conversation in this whole video of defending a predator and giving a predator excuses is your idea of an intellectual conversation. And all the reaction channels who call you out on your bullshit, that's not intellectual? Fuck you.
You know, BG, she was around. She's sleeping in my room. does anyone care in the chat that M Blue won't be back? Anyone whatsoever? Because I sure don't.
Because you're an asshole, that's why. You don't care if you offend people.
You never do. You're always planning and trying to improve yourself.
Please, planning what?
That's what's great about you.
The only thing she plans is her next fucking meal. Get out of here.
Who's M Blue? Oh.
So now we're gonna make.
I don't know who's M Blue.
Now we're gonna make fun of that person because they don't want to be a part of this bullshit.
They're always looking for a battle. That's what I'm saying. That's why I made that. Stay mad. They're always mad.
Mm-hmm. You know what?
Something.
I think collectively, everybody could agree, reaction channels and subs, that on this occasion, all of us have 100% of a right to be angry at all of this, Chantal, and especially you. We have that right.
You know, like, it's so weird. There's never been, I'm sure, any type of phenomena on the internet. Like, they should really do a documentary on how fucked Gore World is.
Yeah.
They really should.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. Hi, Coco Beagles. They're leaving anyway, Fish. So what's the big deal? My mental health isn't doing so well, so please forgive my silence. Ah, that's okay, Island Dragonfly. Only chat when you feel up to it. M Blue is what we call Viagra now. Really? 20-piece nun? Foodie in the poorhouse because M Blue got the axe. Like, fuck it. Fine. No one cares. People don't like when you disagree with what they have to say. Some people just want to be contrary no matter what you say, too.
That's you.
I've learned that.
That's you. I don't mind when... You know what? I actually don't mind if somebody doesn't agree with my opinion and then they state their opinion, because like I said, that's all a learning experience. And when you have conversation and you have two sides that, you know, don't actually meet up and you talk about things, it's a learning opportunity. So I like that. Chantal doesn't like that. She doesn't want to learn anything at all. That's why she just blocks people that don't agree with her.
I am off to Scooby-Doo Bees. Y'all have a great night. Have a good night, Lana Lou. Let's bees. Can you give BG pets for me? I sure can. You don't have to ask me twice. Some come in here to make stupid comments to get noticed by their fave reaction channels. Pick me syndrome.
Nobody does that. I have not seen any person do that for recognition from any channel. So that's bullshit.
I don't know, Fish. He told you to fast? Really? Like just water? BG-13? Your blue little window and your blue Corvette. And everything you see is just blue. Where's Teardrop? I don't know. I hope she's okay. I don't like prying.
Teardrop's probably complaining to her family.
Like if she doesn't want to be in here, or she's not well, you know?
Or doctor
You too,
shopping.
Sneakerhead. Thanks for your gift earlier. That's my opinion on Paradise. Like, I think it was a good documentary, but I feel like, I think there's, I'm not on any side, actually.
Bullshit.
I think,
you proved what side you're
like
on.
I said, do I think, like, Stefan is, there's definitely some things that were just gross, that we've talked about them. At the same time, there's some things that the women were saying that he did that I find like, you know, the belly touching and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. There's just a lot that they're really just pushing. Oh, Zio, yeah. Who goes live from the rehab center, yeah. Zio Mara. She's lost a lot of weight in that rehab center. Because if you look at how big she was when she used to do her old TikToks. Scrape one of my holes. So. Hopefully not your nostrils. Hey, Prince. Like, she's lost a lot of weight, but she's still obviously very heavy, but she's lost a lot of weight. Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe that, Dill.
What do you mean you can't believe that?
I haven't seen anything, but...
What do you mean you can't believe that? I still can't believe Zhao and Emily were talking behind Amberlynn's back. What makes you think... Why is that not believable? Do you know who Emily is? That she's been all over this feeder bullshit for years? She's probably Paige Chantal, too. Her and Stefan. Wouldn't doubt it. That's probably
she is kind
Nina
of funny,
is.
yeah. Yeah, she's severely... I am too. I understand her because it's like severe food addiction. How do they let you order out like that there? That's so fucking weird. Don't you agree? She's in there because of her weight, so they can't stop you. Yeah, that's weird. When you go to any other fucking rehab facility, they don't let you have heroin because that's what you're in there to get away from, right? I don't think she's in there for the eating.
First of all, if you go to rehab for heroin, they make you addicted to another drug called methadone, so shut the fuck up.
She's in there like for rehabilitation, health-wise. So it's not like
or methadone, if you want to pronounce it that way.
An addiction-specific rehab center. I don't think they really... For food, it's really hard to... Taking up a spot. No, I mean, I think she has a right to the health care because, you know, I don't know. Addiction is a disease. It's very, very hard to kick. It's almost statistically almost like fucking impossible. Like, if there's anything that's close, but it's at the same time, it's not.
That's not true.
You know, but she probably needs more support than what she's getting. So do I, but I need to, like, seek that. You know, that's my responsibility. Tammy Slayton's husband died in rehab eating junk. Yeah, I think, like, he probably already was, like, he was on a trach and everything, so... Let me sniff them fries. What a fucking world, I can't. We don't have stuff like that in Canada, yeah, happy joys. Yeah, you're right, fuck. And it's Dr. Now's hospital. I know he's a busy man, but he should be like... But they sneak it, eh? They get their enablers to sneak in the food. 30-pound this month. I don't know. The chicken strips from the Loblaws deli. I did like them, but they're not my favorite. So I don't think I'll ever purchase them again. It's evil to enable someone with addiction. I think it's evil if it's the intention of harming that person. You know, if you're like, they don't realize what food addiction really is. They think they're doing good, you know? Some of them are really sneaky, yeah. I have a right to Pizza Hut, yet there I sit with no cheese or marinara on bread. Where's the justice? You deserve justice. There's no inpatient for people. Yeah. I don't know, Fish. Maybe. But no, because I don't want to leave my cat.
Excuse.
If it was an outpatient thing, but food addiction would be a tough one because no matter what, we have to eat. Unless I could have Pete's here for a month, but I don't know. And they use emotional manipulation on their loved ones. Yeah.
Just like Chantal.
How can you be sneaky with with pizzas and 2 brookies?
Fake laugh.
He said it's almost impossible, yeah. Makes it a lot harder because of that dynamic, yeah. Extra gravy?
I don't care about this food talk.
No.
I'm going to fast forward a little
Stretches out.
bit. What is she talking about?
Your heart has to... But being really overweight is hard on your heart no matter what. Like, your heart just... I mean, it's a medical fact. Your heart has to pump more. It becomes like a bag. Like...
Are you insane?
It stretches out.
Are you insane? Don't listen to her.
From the pressure.
She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about.
It does.
No, it doesn't. You're a moron.
It does.
She's a moron.
And yes, that does make me want to change.
Chantal, the cardiologist.
But, oh my god, you guys. I'll show you my fridge tomorrow. I got some fresh mint. Who's that weird Barbie? Who had a heart attack?
Oh, that's Melly. That's okay. That's how you have your heart condition. Because she recently had open heart surgery. So she says, no, it was because I guess was Chantal calling her fat? I skipped by a portion. So I don't know if that's what was said. I'm assuming. So Melly says, no, it was caused by rheumatic fever when I was a kid. It messed up my aortic valve. But yes, wheat is very hard on the heart as well. Oh, so that's how she has... that's believable, yeah. But like my son, he was born with it. And we did genetic testing and all of that to see like if my husband or I like carried a gene for that. Neither one of us did. It's just one of those things that I guess happens in nature where, you know, his heart just didn't form correctly in utero, and he had correction of the aorta and double outlet right ventricle. You could look it up. It's a very complex heart issue. So it does happen. It's not always caused by obesity.
TMZ covered it. What? Who
Oh,
died on live?
That guy from the coffee show and his mom.
It was caused by rheumatic fever when I was a kid. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, then your situation is different. Thanks, Jackie. Having BG, true. I'm responsible for her. Even when I was taking too long, like when I was at the hospital so long yesterday, I told the nurse, I was like, can I have my discharge papers? I've been waiting, and I have a cat waiting for me at home. Amberlynn Reed. Amberlynn, they should have a show with Bill Cosby. Amberlynn says the darndest things.
Bill Cosby, really nice reference.
I just want us all to be okay and
I mean,
yes.
is anyone surprised that she would mention another predator? Not surprised.
Yeah, my mom, I'm sorry about that. Same here, I'm very limited. And yes, you know, using the scooter doesn't make it easier. I mean, doesn't make it any better, but it's like, at the moment, it makes it so much easier. Hey, bad girl, Jay.
No, it enables bad behavior.
Who passed away today on the stream? Which fat guy?
Yeah,
somebody said.
I don't know. I'm sure
guy,
people.
sorry.
TMZ reported it. I posted it on my community page. I can't remember the name of the channel at this moment. It was like a guy and his mom. They would like have coffee with them or whatever. I watched the video. It's horrifying. But if I looked at a video at the day prior, and you could tell that there was something wrong with him because his coloring was off. It looked like he had a heart attack. And the sad thing about the video is his mom, like, screaming, and, like, she didn't know what to do, and she was panicking. I think that's the most horrifying thing in the video, and I'm still wondering, is there family that's gonna, be there for her? Did he take care of her? Like, is she gonna be okay? I'm worried about the mother at this point in that video. I feel so bad for her. The screaming, I'll never forget that. Listening to that video.
Okay, where are we? Yeah, you should. Oh, you're getting a motorized wheelchair? It'll improve you can do more stuff, but... Oh, you're in Australia, eh? Or New Zealand? Yeah, it's winter there. It's weird how, like, we have opposite weather.
It's not weird. If you understand how seasons work, moron.
I liked it, yeah. I liked the documentary. John Davis and Mama Coffee Time channel. What happened, though? He just passed away?
Yeah, on camera. It was horrifying. Yeah, there it is. John Davis and Mama Coffee Time channel.
It's extra cold. Oh, yikes.
New Zealand, a beautiful country.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. I know Cornwall will be tempting because it's like where I grew up, and there's a lot of memories around food there, and there's like...
What do you mean Cornwall?
A lot of my favorite food there, like pizza, poutine.
Bitch, anywhere you go is tempting. You gained weight in Syria with an active famine going on. Shut up.
It'll be so tempting.
Huh.
But there's temptation everywhere.
Exactly.
You know?
You know?
New Zealand is so beautiful, yeah.
Every time I think of
and so is Canada. Like,
New
there's so
Zealand,
much
I always think of Lord of the Rings because they filmed it there. Beautiful country.
of Canada I haven't explored. Like, Banff and, like, Western Canada is supposed to be really beautiful. I've heard of disco fries. I love
fun
them.
fact. We've been doing, like, I've done my DNA and stuff, and my daughter's doing it. She was able to, because I have a tribal name. My original last name is tribal. She was able to trace my name to the Apache. There's an Apache reservation in New Mexico, like in northern New Mexico, I believe, and traced it to right around probably where Chantal is at. That's where the tribe originated from, and they traveled down. So my indigenous roots are traced back to Canada. I might go up there maybe, just to take a look.
Oh, cool, Meowing Mom. That's awesome. Yes, since childhood, that's the thing. Dig deep, Beezer. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of it's related to food. Because a lot of my life I was motivated by food. Like,
Your mother
oh,
did that
I'd love to
you.
go here. There's going to be food, which
Please.
is why it makes it extra challenging to, like, do that, because I feel like even now a lot of my day, like, what am I going to do with my day if I'm not obsessing over, like, if I'm not constantly eating or obsessing over food? You know?
You know who did that to you? Your mother.
Get a load of this, society.
Because your mother didn't want to deal with you, so she gave you food to shut you up. And that set you on the path of that. And that's why food, you always mention comfort. Because when your mommy wasn't there, when something happened to you, where did you go for comfort? You went to food.
Thank you, Prince. Like, motivated, like, to go somewhere because I know there's going to be good food there.
That's weird.
You know, like, let's say I go to a baby shower or something. I know there's going to be those little triangle sandwiches, and, like, somebody's going to bring a crock pot of something yummy.
Give me a break.
You know, like,
that's weird.
Or a cheese platter. I get really excited over a cheese platter.
The only thing I get excited about is cake. Because I don't eat that all the time. Like yesterday was my husband's birthday. My daughter bought him a cake. I was excited for that piece of cake. And that was it.
I had so much mental space. Yeah, you're right. Yep. Like, excited, like, oh wow. Like, when I see a cheese platter, I'm like I swear my heart races. It's like I see the little marble cubes of marble cheese, and like,
That's
oh
weird.
my god, they have brie and like fancy crackers.
You don't think you have a problem?
I'm like, that's how I am with food.
Because it's your comfort, that's why.
I need to find a hobby. Yeah, you're right.
And
Something
that's why
upset
whenever
that
she goes through something emotional, whatever the case might be, that's why she always binges. Because she doesn't know how to regulate her emotions. She doesn't know how to work through her emotions. The only way she knows how to deal with that is to comfort herself with food.
obsess over that's not bad for me. Because addictive brain is, oh, man, it's not like normal brain. Cheese is keto friendly. Yes, but I eat too much of it usually. Soothe ourselves on our own terms. Charcuterie board. Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes when I think about Chantal, like I said, I think something happened to her when she was a child. Maybe something happened to her with her own father because he was an alcoholic. Maybe there was an issue there as far as some type of inappropriate behavior. Maybe there was some type of inappropriate behavior with her stepfather. I don't know. I think all of this behavior from Chantal, the predatory behavior, the defending the predators, the overeating, all of this stuff stems from that. Whatever happened to her when she was young.
Allergies. So
Just based
I
on
bought
the
some
behavior.
fresh mint, I bought some fresh parsley, and
I don't care.
ChatGPT.
Could I fast forward? Oh my goodness. Let's fast forward.
You, happy birthday to you.
Was this the end of the talk? I don't know.
She jumped in my fridge today.
Okay, so I'm going to
She
end it
jumped
because
in-
I guess that's the end of part of the conversation. But yeah, like I said, I think a lot of this stems from some type of incident she had as a child. But that's not to excuse the shit that she says, because she knows what she's saying. She knows that defending a predator is wrong, but that's, you know, what she does. That's her MO, because she is a predator, and they all stick together. And all these pieces of shit in her chat that were agreeing with her, you're all trash. You're all pieces of shit. Anyways, that's it for this one. I don't know if she's going to go online today. She probably will. Let's see if she backtracks any of this bullshit she spewed out. And not only that, Rosie's been posting like little things on Instagram, which are actually quite hilarious. With, you know what I don't understand about Rosie? Rosie, why do you post these videos with your tits out like you do? First of all, it's not sexy. It's not attractive. It literally looks like you have a buttocks on your chest. It looks foul. It looks crazy. Just stop doing it. Nobody wants to see that. It's not attractive at all. But anyways, I can't wait to see what she says. I think she's going to go live today, either today or tomorrow. I can't wait to see what she has to say about all of this and how she was humiliated because she wasn't even in the documentary. She was in the documentary, what, 2-3 seconds as part of the narration or whatever. Embarrassing. Anyways, that's it for this one. Everybody have a great day, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.